Hey everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go.
So I decided to do kind of a get to know me type video. I decided to do a 50 random facts about me challenge, and this was pretty challenging because thinking about 50 random facts about yourself, try to do that right now. Try to write it down, 50 random things about yourself. You're gonna run into issues because I'm like, did I write the same thing twice? And then I ran out of ideas of what to write down. So this took a little while, but I came up with 50 random things about myself, wrote them all down here for you, and I'm gonna share them with you in today's video. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead, click the subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's go ahead and get started. My real name isn't actually Layla. Layla is a shortened version of my first name. I just have issues with, like, when I go to Starbucks or whenever I go somewhere essentially and I have to say my name or spell my name somewhere, it's just really difficult for people to pronounce or spell. So I just went with Layla for short. Layla is part of my first name. Believe it or not, people still have issues trying to spell it. I have 3 middle names. I'm named after my mom, my grandma, and my dad's DJ business, which he had when I was a baby. Rosette isn't actually part of my middle names. I was actually trying to think of something that went with Layla that I could use as like an internet/YouTube name, and I came up with Rosette. I was just trying to figure out something that would go well with Layla, and I was like, I don't want to go with Rose because I feel like that's kind of too common. And then Rosetta, like Rosetta Stone, was kind of like, it just didn't go. So I ended up going with the middle ground. I went with Rosette. My favorite colors are lavender and mint green. If you can't tell, my walls are actually lavender. My favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip. I also really like Earl Grey ice cream, but Earl Grey ice cream is kind of one of those like specialty ones that it's pretty hard to find unless you're going to one of those like hole-in-the-wall ice cream places that might have it. My favorite sport is hockey, and I really like the Vancouver Canucks. They're my favorite team. I also really like the Pittsburgh Penguins, and my favorite player is Sidney Crosby. I love running. It's definitely one of my favorite types of cardio. So if I'm not hiking, especially now that I can't go out to the mountains and go hiking, my favorite thing to do is running. Just being outside and doing cardio just to get out of my head is like my favorite type of workout. I have 8 tattoos, and I also have 8 piercings. I like to collect makeup and designer bags, but you probably already knew that. I've actually worked in healthcare for almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years this August. My first YouTube video was filmed in 2009 in November, and I was so scared to talk to the camera. I was too scared to upload the video. I did eventually upload it, but yeah, I didn't talk at all. I just kind of did my makeup and put music over it. My favorite Bath & Body Works candles are watermelon lemonade and marshmallow fireside. My favorite type of food is Mexican. My favorite dessert are macaroons, like the French macaroons. If I could have them with coffee every single day, my life would just be complete. Last year I actually caught my very first fish, and it was a pike, and I was too scared to hold it to take a picture with it. So Andy held it and I took a picture of him with my fish. I said my very first word at 3 months old, and it was cake. And my mom was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and I straight up said cake. And no, she did not buy me cake. I've known my fiance since I was 3 years old. He blew out my candles on my birthday. I'm actually supposed to get married next year, but that depends on the whole COVID situation because I do want to get married in Mexico. But yeah, it all depends on the pandemic and how it pans out by next year. I have 2 dogs. I have Morgan, which she is a almost 9-year-old Siberian Husky, and I also have Luna, and she is a 3-year-old Husky Lab mix. I still have my first car. My favorite drink is iced coffee. My favorite movie is The Shining. I also really like Sleepy Hollow. I like horror movies. That's like my favorite genre of movies, but I also really like romantic comedies because, you know, I don't know what girl doesn't like The Notebook. My favorite author is Stephen King, and the most recent book I have read is The Institute, and it was really, really good. And I really hope they make that into a movie because it was awesome. I don't know, it's something that I find like maybe the Illuminati would do. So it was a really interesting book. If I could eat something every day, this is gonna sound so crazy and you probably won't believe me, but it's salad. I really love salad. I like it simple too. I just like balsamic vinegar and olive oil. I like to add bacon bits and Parmesan cheese and it's done. That's perfect. Maybe salt and pepper if I don't have bacon bits, but I just really like salad, and if I have the right type of stuff to go in my salad, I could definitely eat it every single day. My favorite place in the whole world is Kananaskis, just because it's my favorite place to go hiking and the views there are amazing. If you haven't been to Kananaskis, definitely go once this whole COVID is over. It is beautiful and it's less touristy than Banff, but the views are just amazing. I think the views in Kananaskis are actually more amazing than Banff, to be honest with you. But you know, if you count in Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, it might be a little bit of a toss-up. I still really love Kananaskis. If I could live anywhere in the world, it would be on the coast of British Columbia. So it wouldn't have to be Vancouver necessarily, but I really do just like the whole coastline. I just think it's beautiful, and it's just like the weather is better than it is here in Alberta. I just would love to live there someday. My eye color is hazel, if you haven't noticed. It's really hard to notice people's eye colors unless they have like really bright blue eyes on camera, because you know, there's a lighting change. I have a big ring light behind my camera just on one side. I have natural lighting on the other side, but yeah, my eyes are hazel and they can lean more green some days, like in extreme lighting. In the sun, they look more green, but you know, when I'm in like indoor lighting, they look more brown. My favorite hike that I've ever done was Tower of Babel. That was on Moraine Lake. Just for a little add-in, I also really did like Mount Surrail. That one is in Kananaskis. The views on that one were amazing, and I went right after it rained, so there was a rainbow right when I got to the top. My favorite flower is lavender. If you guys didn't know, I have a lavender tattoo on my left leg. My favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids. I actually have a bag right beside me there. It's not even open yet, but my favorite ones are the red and the blue. I was actually supposed to go to Ireland this year until COVID happened. My favorite season is summer, but I also really do like fall just because I like being cozy. I love how pretty the leaves turn. I just don't like that it leads to winter, and fall is literally only a week where I live. I'm definitely a foodie. I definitely consider myself a foodie. I like trying a bunch of different restaurants, different types of cuisine. Yeah, I really like trying local places, and you know, if Chipotle ever opened here, I would definitely try that. But like, I like trying local hole-in-the-wall type restaurants and trying their food because it's usually amazing. If you guys are ever in Calgary, I could definitely recommend you a bunch of restaurants to try out. Hopefully they'll still actually be open after COVID, because I'll be really sad to see some of these local restaurants like go bankrupt, you know? So yeah, definitely a foodie. Vlogs are my favorite type of video to edit. I definitely don't get as many views on my vlogs as I do on my review videos, which makes sense because a lot of people are looking for certain makeup reviews of certain palettes and stuff, and you know, if they're trying to decide whether to buy a certain collection or not, so they watch those videos more. I actually do enjoy editing vlogs more. I feel like I've gotten so much better in the past like year. I've definitely upped my game, and I feel like I have added so much to my vlogs. Not only like getting my vlog footage better, because I did get a different phone which actually records in 4K, so my vlogs just come off nicer. I feel like I don't know, they're just good quality. And I also learned how to edit with green screens, so I add like, you know, these little cute effects to my vlogs and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely like editing vlogs, uploading vlogs a lot more than my other content. I actually love the smell of rain. It's raining right now. Well, it just stopped raining, but my window's open and I just really like how fresh it smells. I just love the smell of rain. I have trypophobia. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a fear of, I don't even want to think about it, okay? Like, okay, have you guys ever seen tripe? Like raw tripe, you know, like the meat, the beef, stomach, whatever it's called. I cannot look at that. Like, it just grosses me out. I just don't like the look of like holes. That's basically what trypophobia is, but like specifically tripe, I just don't like looking at it. It's something that you see when you go to the grocery store, and it's just like, I can't. I actually didn't know what that was until I googled it one day. I was like, fear of tripe, because I just knew that every time I would see it, it would bother me, and I'm like, why though? And I found out it was actually a thing, and it's called trypophobia. I am double jointed, and I can prove that to you with my hand here. So I can go like this with, you know, I can touch my thumb to my arm That's one of the things I can do. So yeah, double jointed, super weird. I know it like weirds people out that I can like dislocate my thumbs and stuff like that, or like when I text and people see my thumbs go in like weird directions, they're like, what, how are you doing that? Yeah, double jointed. I have no siblings. I am the only child. My favorite type of music is R&B. So if you guys are looking for different artists that I like Drake, I like The Weeknd, I like Jhené Aiko, who else? I like Kalani, I like Miguel. Yeah, I just love R&B. Right now on Netflix, I am currently watching Riverdale. I am desperately trying to finish it because I was really behind. I was like 2 seasons behind, and that's what I'm finishing at the moment. I have not watched Tiger King yet, so I'm working on finishing Riverdale first. I also just finished Kim's Convenience. If you guys have not seen that, it is hilarious. It is about a Korean immigrant family that runs a convenience store in downtown Toronto, and it's just, oh my god, it's just so funny. One thing on my bucket list is actually to go to Paris, and in Paris I would really like to purchase a Chanel bag from the Chanel boutique in Paris. So that is like one of my life goals. If I could have any pet at all, like illegal type pets that you can't actually own in Canada, it would definitely be a raccoon. I just think raccoons are so cute, and I've wanted one ever since I watched Pocahontas when I was like 3 years old. So yeah, when I found out that people actually have pet raccoons and they have YouTube videos about it, I'm just like, I want one so bad. I also really like foxes and owls, so if I could have any type of pet, it would be one of those 3 things. I have 2 pet peeves that I could think about when I wrote this list down. But I mean, I'm sure there's probably more, but the 2 that I could think about at this very moment in time are, I really don't like bad drivers. If you can't drive, if you are going under the speed limit by like a lot, let me pass you, because I'm just gonna get really annoyed being behind you. I don't like people tailgating me. I just don't like bad drivers in general. People that don't signal, people that don't shoulder check when they're trying to move over, people that don't know how to merge. Just, yeah, bad drivers. That's just something that I knew would happen when I started driving. I'm like, I'm gonna get really annoyed with certain people really fast. So yeah, bad drivers. I also don't like people that are know-it-alls. I mean, does anybody really like those people? But I can't. If you think that you know everything and you're the queen of the world, then cool, but just don't talk to me. My name was actually supposed to be Jenna Lynn. My mom told me she was gonna name me Jenna Lynn, but then my dad actually named me. If I could say I'm addicted to one thing, it would be coffee. If I don't get coffee, I have headaches. I just get really irritated. So if you're traveling with me, please give me access to coffee. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna be a nice person. So traveling is the only time I think that I would just have difficulties getting my hands on coffee. Yeah, the worst part of being addicted to coffee is you get headaches if you don't have coffee. One thing I can't leave the house without is chapstick. I cannot stand being outside somewhere with dry lips and like needing chapstick and not having it. Number 50 is my friend and I have a specialty pizza that we order. We always used to argue whenever it came to ordering pizza, so we came up with a special that we both like, and it is banana peppers with bacon, chicken, and peppers. So that is our pizza special. So yeah, that is pretty much all for my 50 random facts about me tag. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys want to write some random facts about yourself in the comments below, I think that would be really fun. So if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click the subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye everyone.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.